If you clicked on this and you are finding yourself at this intro video, you are somewhat curious about what is going on, what this membership is about. The Ditch to Bedside membership is something that I created a few years ago. It started off as something called the Nurse Multipotentialites, and that was created, and the name was centered around nurses who want to do more, who have different interests in so many different things, and nursing is kind of like a plan B, a foundation, a way to make money because we all trade time for money. That is what a job is. I transferred and switched the name to Ditch the Bedside because I wanted to get to the heart of it, what this is really about. And it's about taking nurses and giving them the opportunity, the information, the know-how, the confidence to be able to ditch the bedside if they want to. Now, you may be someone who absolutely loves nursing bedside, and you know that is for you, and that's great. However, if you are someone who doesn't want to be working, until you're 52 at the bedside, doing backbreaking work, dealing with administration, patients who don't value you, and you want a plan to have in place to be able to make money that doesn't require you to actually show up to work, then this membership is for you. Inside this membership, I give you my pathway in digital form. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Aisha Allen. I am a nurse anesthetist by trade, a nurse anesthesiologist. All other times, I am a real estate investor and entrepreneur. I started investing back in 2017. I purchased my first home. I currently have a tenant in there. I then purchased another home in 2020, back when everyone said you shouldn't do it, to put on Airbnb in Las Vegas. That is currently still running. The first month, my home in Las Vegas made $5,000, and I knew that I had cracked the code. Currently, everyone says Airbnb is dead. I do not agree with that. And in the network, I have a nurse Airbnb course where I walk you through finding a home, creating it, creating systems, finding your team, cleaners, how to charge your nightly rate. All of that is in the nurse Airbnb course, right? In the network. That course sells on its own for $1,100, okay? Also, aside from Airbnb, I flip and renovate homes. I purchase them in places that I know the market value will increase so that I can either value add, make slight renovations, or I can sell them, refinance, or hold on to them. I also raise funds and help nurses invest with me to flip larger acreage properties. Currently, just finished a close and raised close to $450,000 to renovate, flip, permit this large 10-acre homestead development. So I teach also nurses in the Ditch Bedside membership with a course called the Ditch Bedside Membership Real Estate. That's also in this membership, right? So I teach you how to find properties, how to find down payment assistance, how to find programs that will help you purchase homes, because you don't have to have 20% down for an investment property. And now is the time to buy real estate. I don't want to sound like an alarmist, but now is, the best time. So this membership will also help you be able to purchase real estate if that's what you want to do and learn to do, and invest and have passive income, have access to a HELOC or whatever you want to reinvest long term. Also in the membership are previous sessions that I've held 2 years ago where I talked about the crypto that I invest in. I've had people who have started businesses to sell products to hospitals. I've had Web3 people come on here. I've had other real estate investors come into the network, and all of those older courses that are less than 2 years old are also still in here. You have access to a total of 5 courses, all for $99 a month, if I didn't tell you that. This entire membership is $99 a month. You get access to the Align Hive trainings where I walk you through the mentality that is required to become an investor. As nurses, a lot of times we are used to taking orders, and we haven't developed that mindset that allows us to step into entrepreneurship. So I go over that. I talk about money wounds and healing those, because we all have money wounds related to how we grew up with money, how our parents grew up with money. So I also cover that in the course as well. The second course you have access to is the Nurse Airbnb course, where I walk you through A to Z, starting an Airbnb from ground up. And no, you don't have to own your own property. I happen to own 2 Airbnb units that cover all of my bills in Puerto Rico and Las Vegas. So I teach you the whole gamut of Airbnb pricing, finding a home, arbitrage, which means you don't have to own a home, the whole thing. The third course that you have in there is the real estate course, where I walk you through the real estate aspect of purchasing, finding, and buying a home, how to leverage those properties that you buy to be able to reinvest again. Again, the A to Z, where to buy, how to buy, getting your credit correct, your personal and your business credit. And I walk you through every step of the way. The fourth course is treating yourself like a business. That is one of my first courses that I created. I absolutely love this course because, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of times nurses don't understand business. And I feel like the sooner that we understand business and develop a business mindset, the sooner that we start to look at our time a little bit differently. In the Treat Yourself Like a Business course, I teach you about business principles, how to look at your time and make it more efficient. And the fifth course is the CRNA Prep and Application course. This was the second course I believe I ever created. And this walks you through A to Z, what nurse anesthesiology is about, how to apply and how to get yourself ready to apply from the time you even think and have the conception of the thought that you want to be a CRNA, all the way to application prep, interview prep. All of that is in the course. Nurse anesthesia was always in the cards for me from day one of me deciding to apply to nursing school. I knew that I wanted it in my path because I wanted that increase in income, and I'm not afraid to say that. I wholeheartedly support those who make decisions that are financially based. So nurse anesthesia was in my plan because of the drastic increase in income. And I've used nurse anesthesia income to reduce the amount of hours needed for me to work in person. And so I can reinvest that time into my businesses and real estate. The CRNA Prep and App course, and I have my notes here, has a psychology of CRNA interviewing, interview structures, methods for preparation, the stretch and the follow-up after you interview. I teach you how to control the narrative in your interview, Q&As, how to figure out if a school is right for you. I also included a mock interview that I conducted with a student as part 2 of the CRNA Prep and App. In that course, I talk about my journey to CRNA school, how to maintain your licenses and your certifications, the pre-requirements to apply, whether or not you should have a CCRN or your GRE, your degrees, your ICU experience, whether or not certain ICUs are better than the other, how to put together your application. I also discussed the timelines to applying to school. Hint, it's never too early to begin this process. I highly suggest getting all of your ducks in a row so that you have an organized plan from the beginning. When you hop into the Ditch to Bedside membership community, it may feel very overwhelming, and I totally get that. There is a lot of information in there, 5 courses and counting. I also hop in there every Monday to give live trainings. Aside from Monday live trainings, every month I am in the network for a Zoom call where you can hop in there and ask any question about any of the courses. So it's like a live training where you can get coached by me every month. So if you were to hop in right now, there are hundreds of trainings waiting for you to just click on and absorb the information. But one of the most important things is that you actually take what you learned and implement it. I promise you, if you use the strategies that are in here, you will get to where you are wanting to be, whether that's going part-time, whether that's completely leaving the nursing space, whatever it is available to you if you put in the work.